bunch of times since we've been at this, really since February, just really looking at the dream. And it was so funny that every time I look at the presentation, I learn something new. And every time, Vic presents or Cynthia presents, I just have this sense of gratitude. And it's not particularly about the opportunity of making money, because I've made money, right? But I've been around people that I didn't like while I made money. So I didn't feel good about it. And it's not particularly about the products that we have, as people are having testimonies. I love that. But it's really about the people. When you get to meet the people and we say, listen, we're not looking for everybody. I'm past that. I want people who have integrity. I want people who put people before profits. I want folks that have a dream that you're working for something. And this morning it was so great that I have twin girls that they're 6 years old. And, when they get up and they hug you tight, and when you leave out, you're working for something. And they said, Daddy, it must be Tuesday, you're going to a meeting. And then they have it, now you're going to the meeting, what are we going to do because of this meeting? So every time I go to a meeting, I do something special with them, because that's why I'm going. So I don't do anything for myself because I'm blessed. And so when you have that atmosphere every day, you can't lose. I would be in here presenting by myself to myself. You wouldn't even have to get excited. And I would still be okay. And that's what I figured out when I was teaching 2nd grade. The one thing I didn't like is that teacher's lounge. Where everybody just started complaining. Your food don't even taste right. Because everybody was complaining. And when I was introduced to this industry 11 years ago, I got on a conference call and I heard all these excited people. And instead of thinking that the people that I work with were crazy, I thought that the positive people were crazy. And it's like we've got to a point that we're so far gone that no matter what Vic said, no matter what the products are doing for people, no matter what financial testimonies, you won't believe anything anyway. So there's nothing we can do. You're too far gone. And that's why I like the young folks, because they haven't stopped dreaming. And they have a whole bunch of parents telling them money doesn't grow on trees. Well, money comes from paper, paper comes from wood, and wood comes from what? Trees. But we create this atmosphere, we create these lies because we didn't have enough courage to do something. I mean, I live in Pennsylvania. It takes me about an hour and 40 minutes to get here. But what did Harriet Tubman do? What am I doing, really? And we want to say, I traveled here, and I did this, and I did that. 50 years ago, our great-grandparents, they had land. They owned things. There was no salary stuff. You had to make it happen under those conditions. And then they left it to this generation where all the siblings are fighting over it, and then some charity gets the land. Because we don't have enough sense to do business. We don't want to move out our zip code. I remember I was in Pennsylvania for 12 years. 12 years. Then, how you're on your email and they put all this advertising up on the screen? And I saw this house that I just had to have. I mean, it was 13 acres, 10,000 square foot. You had your private gate, Olympic-sized swimming pool. I mean, it had a basketball court, soccer court, golf, fire pit, wine cellar. I mean, it was laid out. And I just moved. I didn't tell my wife. I said, we moving. She didn't know where we were moving. The girls didn't know where we were moving. I just wanted that. And it was so fun. I knew she would be okay because you step in the kitchen, the bathroom, you good. Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, this is nice, right? And so, but I noticed, how you say money is not everything? Or money can't buy you happiness? Yeah, it was so funny that when I got to Maryland, the first 6 months were beautiful. But after people start setting in, because you want to share your success, everybody wants to throw events at your home. They want to get married there. They want to have the Christian there. Everything. Christmas, you doing everything. But what I realized is that as I had people in my home, and you can't really let everybody in your home. That's what I figured out too. I just started I wasn't happy anymore. My girls had a 4-year-old birthday party, like almost 100 people show up. The mother and the father. Mother and father don't show up at no 4-year-old birthday party, right? And then when I stepped back, I was like, I got to do something different. But when I do it this time, I'm going to make sure I have people who already have their own influence. That I'm not trying to MC Hammer this thing. That I'm working for me and I'm working for you too. Meaning that while you're out the clubs and the happy hours and taking these trips that you can't afford, and I'm grinding, making sacrifices, and because of my sacrifices, fruits of labor, which is supposed to go to my children, right? And my nieces and nephews, we learned, right? My godchildren. Every day, I remember last August, every day from August 1st to August 16th, somebody was asking me for something. Straight, every day. Nothing under $1,500. So the frequency was all wrong because people were trying to take advantage. Right now, you're around the best people you could be around. And that's one thing I asked. I said, I don't want people in this venture. I want good people who already have influence, who already have their own integrity, and that's what we've been attracting. With the opportunity, when you have a billionaire who's saying that this is going to be bigger than Fiji water, and you heard of Fiji water, but you haven't heard of Wakaya Perfection, that's enough for me. I wasn't that impressed with the products at first either, until I start taking them. I can't be impressed with something until I have my testimony. But I can't have my testimony until I buy the products. A lot of people say, well, I got to wait and see. Well, you have to buy something to be able to experience it. Hello, somebody, right? And so once I had my experience and I met Cynthia, meeting her, I said, and I wanted to work with people. My last company had 30,000 people that came through my organization. I only brought 16 people. And the people that I brought with me weren't networkers. They were just good people that I couldn't leave. And I wanted to start over. And nobody in this room, I think, was even in the last company with me. If you go to Baltimore, nobody was in the last company with me. Because I wanted to start brick by brick. So when we do it this time, we're going to build a strong foundation. And so if you don't like people, or you just think you're just so busy, then this is probably not for you, because I've never had a millionaire that told me they were busy. I don't even use that word. What does busy mean? Because if you're busy, that means you're a billionaire. David Gilmour wasn't too busy to do a conference call. So how are our folks too busy? I ask people, are you busy being broke? Or are you busy being productive? And right now, our children need us. Not just your kids, but another example. When we were growing up, we didn't just look at our parents. We looked at the people that were coming over playing cards, and we took a little bit from everyone. So can you imagine if you have a bunch of entrepreneurs around your children and your godchildren, how that's going to impact their lives? That's why I do the business. Everything else is going to fall in sync. And so, a year from now, I want to have a reunion with the same group of people. And I just want to see where you are from this date and where we are. Because a lot of people say they're successful, but if you make six figures, I never figured out that when people say they make six figures, I'm like, but dude, you work 70, 80 hours. If you really are successful, let's all go to Wakaya Island and see who can stay the longest. That's how you see if you're successful. Because I don't want to work. I've worked second grade school teacher. I loved it, but I don't want to have to keep asking, can I go to the Super Bowl? Can I go to the play? I don't want to ask somebody, can I go to my children's recital? Can I go to a baseball game? I'm a grown man. I'm not asking them, because the first thing kids do when they have any activity, any dance recital, they do this. They want to see if their parents are in the room. If you want your teacher to treat your children good, you go volunteer at the school. Kid writing, somebody's in the room. I know the students. I know the troublemakers, and I get to know them real well. That's my baby girls over here. You have to get to know the people that's in the community to take care of you. In this day and age, in closing, the community is not raising the children. We're just dropping our kids off. We're busy being busy, getting 1 and 2 and 3 jobs, and it's just not working. When you can work from the comforts of your own home, and you can leave when you want, and you can interact with your children, especially from the age 0 to 5 years old, when they're molded, that's worth the price of admission for this company. So I don't know who invited you here, but this is more than just a company and a compensation. You're not going to understand all this stuff. I didn't when I joined network marketing. I didn't know, but I knew in 6 months I made 6 figures. So without having no any experience, but I love helping people. So if I can use my same skill set that somebody else was using and making millions of dollars, why wouldn't I use it for myself?